Drop it.
Hello, welcome to another video. I know it's been a long time. It's been what? My last video I made would have been like what, 10 months ago? But I am back. I've had lots of stuff going on. And let's just to keep it short that I've been busy. So I haven't forgotten all about recording and stuff, nor have I forgotten about making videos. I did like a couple live streams a while, like, what, a month, 13, 14 days ago. And so, if you guys seen them, go check them out. If you haven't, well, if you guys seen them, then, I don't know what I'm trying to say. It's been a long time. I'm back, and today we are going to be playing a Doki Doki Literature Club mod called Salvation Remake. And I downloaded this mod to check it out. I mean, I haven't played it before. I've seen it on my YouTube page, and I wanted to give it a try, see how it is. And I will be doing this in parts because there's about, I don't even know, 5-6 acts in this. So, anyways, let's get into the game. Enter your name. We're gonna put TM. Everything would be rather easy. Everything would be easier if I just deleted her. She's the one who's making this so difficult. Wait, what is this? I can't delete her? Why isn't it working? Wait, she can't die? That's just gonna screw up. That's just gonna screw up everything. God, I overdid it. I overdid this. I thought I had full control over the code. I really messed up. Help me. I jerk and rise up from the bed suddenly. The hell? I shake my head and rub my eyes as I reach for my phone on the nightstand. It's around 2 in the morning, so I know I didn't get a good night's sleep. I rub my eyes and take a look at my bedroom window. Out my bedroom window. To my surprise, Yuri's bedroom lights seem to be on, which confuses me. Maybe she forgot to turn the lights off before she went to bed? It seems like something she'd do. Wait. What if she's thinking about what I told her yesterday? I guess it would make sense. She literally told me about her depression. That's probably something she wouldn't joke about. Maybe I should check up on her, or is that too weird? Well, I mean, you did say it was, what, 2 in the morning? And you said that her bedroom light was on? Well, I mean, you do get that weird feeling that something's gonna happen. But I'm not sure what's gonna happen. I'll call her up first. Maybe I'm just overthinking this thing. I pick up my phone and unlock it, not before lowering the brightness so it doesn't absolutely destroy my eyeballs. Bro, that is like something somebody would do. You unlock your phone and you forget. It's like you wake up. It's like your body just wakes up at a random time for no reason. Like you wake up at 3 a.m., 2 a.m., 1 in the morning, 12 in the morning, or like 5 in the morning, and then you go check your phone for the time. It's like those. It's like one of like people have those phones that have like where it's like hand censored where you pick up your phone and then the screen just turns on. And it's like your phone also has like a facial recognition so it can unlock also. It just freaking tries to scan your face and your freaking eyes just burn. Bro, I hate that. I hate when that happens because that happens to me like every time at like 5 in the morning when I wake up. Okay. Anyways, I click on Siori's contact and hit call. Straight to voicemail. Her phone is off. Well, I guess she turns her phone off before bed. I should probably do that too. Siori's words are now racing all over my mind. I don't think I'll be able to sleep like this. But I have to. I need to be in the best shape for the festival. I did promise I'd spend that with her after all. Why do I have a feeling this is taking place from the actual game itself? But just a different perspective? I don't know. I mean, there's many reasons that you could think of. Like, maybe she left her light on because she couldn't fall asleep yet, and maybe she's just sitting there reading a book while her phone's off, or she's, I don't know, bawling her eyes out about something. Hang on, give me like 2 seconds. Sorry about that. My mom texted me as I'm trying to record a video. When you get a text from your mother or a call from your mother, make sure you always pick it up. What? I'm so used to using my freaking keyboard. Yeah. I'm so used to using my space bar to, like, go to the next slide or line, but my keyboard is too loud, so my microphone's gonna pick it up. So I'm using my mouse since it's quieter. But anyways, but I have to. I need to put it. My stuttering is coming back again. Why, hello. But I have to. I need to be in the best shape for the festival. I did promise I'd spend that with her after all. Though, now that I think about it, I should have offered to do that in the first place. Screw it, I better go check up on her. Wait, wouldn't that make her feel bad? Considering she mentioned just how much it bothers her when people worry. But we're dating now, aren't we? Wow, I'm wasting time. Put on some shoes and get ready to head outside. Sure enough, down the road, Siori's lights are still on. Can't really see anything moving through her window though, so I'm still in the dark here. I start thinking back to what I told her yesterday, how I said I'd be there for her and all that. And well, that I also loved her. I mean, I do love her, don't I? Really? Next. We're dating, right? If I'm being honest with myself, I'm still not too sure about my feelings for her. Oh. What the... Whatever. Commentary can be... Questions and comments can be waited until later. I don't want her to think I feel this way just because she's depressed or that I just lied to make her feel better. But what am I lying to myself about my own feelings because she's depressed? I really don't know anymore. I reached Yori's front porch and let myself in, but not before knocking a few times on her front door. Her parents are almost never around, but they help Sayori pay rent, so I guess it still works out. Still, you'd think parents of a girl with depression would stop by a little more often? Actually, that is true. If you have freaking depression, your parents will stop by if you're alone. Like, what? Well, if they're overseas, they'd call you and check in on you, make sure you're alright. But if they're not that far, if they're like, maybe if they're like, if they were on a date, if they were spending time together, or spending time for their anniversary, or whatever, there's multiple reasons, but you'd still check up on them to make sure they're doing alright. I mean, overseas is understandable because they probably can't leave work or whatever. Anyways, let's go to the next. I guess it's not really my place to judge. I slowly open the door and poke my head into her living room. At this point, it's impossible to not feel awkward. Well, yeah, because you're... Well, hold up. Whatever. It's great. Should I call out or something? I mean, I'm not trying to scare her either. Yori, it's TM. I saw your light on and, well, I wanted to see if you're doing okay. No response. I'm starting to feel quite anxious now, but I also can't help but feel like I'm literally overstepping my boundaries here. Isn't this a breach of Suddenly hear a loud bang from upstairs. Sayori, are you alright? I quickly rush up the stairs without thinking. I quickly grab the doorknob and she's suspended in the air, her neck being crushed by the rope from her own weight. Her once cheerful voice is now reduced to a weak gargles. Sayori! Shout out to this guy. I'm sorry I don't know how to say your name, but DDLC Salvation Remake. That's honestly a good intro. It gives you a little, like, 12 Salvation tracks. Extra tracks are Oh, you came for me. Why? My bad. I fall to my knees in pain. Huh? That was strange. Oof. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, everyone. The Literature Club. Fall to my knees again, much harder this time. What's going on? Well, I nervously look around me. The atmosphere of this room has changed. Everything that I was just worried about is gone. It is replaced with something greater. I'm thrown to the floor by some otherworldly force, and my vision goes entirely black. Oh, okay. Hello? A girl with pinkish red hair appears in front of me, staring at me blankly. I've never seen this girl in my life. Yet I'm somehow aware of her presence. She's always there. God, hiccups. In fact, the other two. There are two others. Three. How is it possible? I quickly stand up and regain my bearings. Oh my gosh, how did I ever do this? The world crumbles around me once again for a split second. Is this an Apple Club? What's wrong? You look like you've seen a ghost. Nothing's wrong. This is... This is the decision I have made. This isn't how things were supposed to go, but I'll play along. My legs have been pouncing up and down furiously as I wait for the doctors to let me sincerely. It just happens so fast. so long as she's been my friend since we were kids. After hanging out with her again, after so much time, it's too late. Hey, Tina, doing alright? Look up to see her face. Change into anything more proper. I don't reject her like enough. Yes, it is the truth is, Zuri and I did talk before all this happened. She really did insist on saying the music is really loud. I need to turn it down somewhat. This can stay up. This just has to come down. I wasn't able to tell how she was feeling. Did she try asking me for help? I was just too stupid to notice. So you guys don't see it. So it's not like in the wave where I have it. Like, so I'm gonna have it over here. Maybe I did have been able to read her better if we didn't drift apart. If we hadn't drifted apart. I clenched my fists and slammed them on my knees. How did this have to happen to her? The vision starts to go blurry as tears begin to seep out and fall on my arms. I could stay quiet, and my quiet sobs start to mix in with the sounds of the hospital. Some time passes after medical journey in the waiting room. Still no sign of any doctors or nurses to tell me when I can see her. I guess I'm not too familiar with the process on stopping someone from communicating. Wrong word. I guess I'm not too familiar with the process on stopping someone from committing suicide. Nor the producers. I don't know what that word is, so let's see. Whatever's good. Nor the proceeders have to take place, try and fix whatever she damaged. Her distressed face keeps flashing in my mind every time I close my eyes. I pull my phone out of my pocket to check the time.
Do you want to make sure your alarm is set to wake up you and Donovan? Because he's already asleep on the couch.
Sorry about that. My mom walked in as I was recording, so I had to go on mute. But I'll try my best to cut this part out. Okay. I pull my phone out of my pocket to check the time. It's 6 in the morning. I'd probably better get ready for school. I'd probably be getting ready for school around this time. Hey, Monica, could you call the school and let them know I'm going to be absent today? Monica shakes her head. No need to worry, Tim. I've already I've already sent... Why am I laughing? Dude, we're in a freaking crisis right now. Come on, it is a game. No need to worry, Tim. I've already sent emails to my teachers and explained that an emergency came up. Plus, I'm sure the hospital already notified the school of the situation. I'm sure your teachers will understand. I slowly nod my head and look back down at my hands. Suddenly, a doctor comes out from a nearby room looking quite tired. He nods and motions for me to come towards him. Monica, could you come with me? I don't know if I could handle what I'm about to see by myself. Of course, I planned on. I hand the blanket back to Monica and get up from the couch. I walk swiftly up to the doctor and start pestering him with questions. Is she okay? How is she? Is she in pain? Long until she reads. The doctor, to my surprise, chuckles and pats my shoulder. She's alright, son. You actually saved her life. Saved? You saved her life? We only had to intubate her for a few short moments. If you hadn't been any later, I think she would have been in much a worse condition. I saved her? What is it about those words that feel so hard to believe? Though she did get pretty bruised up from that rope, a few of her veins were ruptured, but luckily no arteries were damaged. Put it simply, she'll be okay. We've notified her parents and contacted her school. We're going to keep her here for a few days. She's in a medically induced coma at the moment, but if you'd like to see her, you can go ahead. The Dockley? Sorry. The doctor slowly opens a large door to reveal a somewhat large hospital. I slowly step inside, not before taking a deep breath and preparing myself for what I'm about to see. Monica follows shortly behind me. I quickly walk in and stop dead in my tracks. She seems to be sleeping soundly, but I know it's just the meds keeping her under. Her neck is bandaged up, and I assume her fingers aren't much different. God, Cioria. I slowly walk up to the bed and gently place my hand over hers. The doctor's words ring back to me. You saved her life. I still don't feel like I did. I feel like all of this just made it way worse. Suicide, that word has never felt this heavy before. I mean, sure, it's a depressing subject, but it carries as much heavier meaning when you catch your best friend hanging herself. I thought my worries would ease after I saw her, but now they're growing. What's going to happen when she wakes up? What's she going to say to me? What's she going to think when she realizes I'm the one who stopped this from happening? Is she going to hate me? I turn towards Monica, who seems lost in thought as she stares at Siri. My vision begins to blur and tears start to fall on top of Siri's hand. But you know what? As much as this straight up sucks, she's alive. My best friend is still alive. The heart monitor in the background is proof of that. Dull my blurred vision, I reach over and brush away strands of Siri's hair so it doesn't block her face. Everything will be okay, Siri. I'm here for you. Some time passed. I guess I must have dozed off in the chair not too far from Siri's bed. I slowly rubbed my eyes. To my surprise, I see a familiar face in front of me. It's Siri's mother, sitting in a chair next to Siri. She looks incredibly distressed and upset, not that it's any surprise to me. I only met her a few times, mostly when I was younger. When Siri turned 18, her parents began working harder and longer shifts, with her dad moving overseas. They don't really stop by too often these days, but I guess they figured Siri would take care of herself, which is baffling to me because surely they knew about her depression, right? Unless Siri kept this from them as well. She notices I'm awake and gives me a sad smile. I give her a light smile back. We don't really say much to each other though. There is nothing either of us can say that would really make this situation feel any different. I pull out my phone and check the time. Most of the morning has gone by already, and I'm starting to feel quite hungry. How have you been, Tiam? A slight jump after hearing her speak. She isn't looking at me, but I notice tears rolling down her cheeks. I'm okay. Good, that's wonderful. Her voice cracks. It's almost as if she's trying to keep herself together by asking me this question. I notice Monica isn't also nowhere to be seen. I assume she must have headed back to the school without telling me. Siri's mother checks her watch and looks rather surprised. Forgive me, Tiam, but could I ask a huge favor from you? Of course, anything. I've really got to get going. My job doesn't exactly give me much free time. I can't be away for too long. As much as I would love to stay here and watch her, I can't afford to lose my job. I wouldn't be able to afford the hospital bills if I did. But her dad is on the way, so you don't have to burden yourself by staying here. She stutters over her words. It's okay, ma'am. I promise. I'll take good care of her. There's no trouble. She begins to cry a bit harder this time, but she manages to say thank you before bowing and walking out of the room. I guess I know a little more about why parents are gone why her parents are gone most of the time, working hard to support their daughter. I wonder if Siri ever felt the burden of it. When I get up from the chair I slept and walk up to Siri's bedside. Yes, Yuri, I just wanted to talk. I guess not that you can really hear me. I wanted to apologize for everything. It's my fault you're in this situation. If I only had come to you sooner. No, if I only stayed by your side. If I only had stayed by your side, if only I kept that promise I made to you all those years ago. I know the one, the same day I helped you win that big stuffed animal cow you wanted so badly. I'd always be your bestest friend. I sure am a horrible best friend for letting things end up this way. I feel a tear roll down my cheek. I'm just glad you're still alive, Yuri. I don't know what I'd do with myself if I lost you. I mean, there's multiple reasons, but yeah, this is understandable. I softly placed my hand over her bandaged one. I promise I'll always be here for you, through thick and thin, because that's what friends do. I gently lift her hand up and out of the blanket and kiss it softly. As I place her hand back underneath the blanket, I feel a bit embarrassed, but I don't care anymore. Even after all this, I still think I'm in love with Yuri. I always have been. Have I? I don't even know the real you. I nearly jump after hearing a light knock on the door. You're still here. Someone was looking for you. I thought you had already left with your friends from earlier. I shake my head. I have to ask you to leave the room because we need to perform a few checkups on Miss Yuri here. Oh, sure, sorry. Who's looking for me? He smiles and guides me out of the room. Right. I believe that they're a friend of Yuri's. They wanted to invite you to lunch. I wonder who it might be. Monica, maybe? She's in the waiting room. We should be finished within the hour. Thanks, Doctor. I walk out of the room and the door closes softly behind me. I sigh and rub my eyes to hide any tears that may be left behind. That actually sounded like a rhyme there for a second. I'm not gonna lie. Okay. Yeah, that sounded like a freaking rhyme there. I walk out of the room and the door closes slowly behind me. I sigh and rub my eyes to hide any tears that may be left behind. The hallways of the hospital are a lot more lively than before, with doctors and nurses walking back and forth, tending to many other patients. I walk back down to the waiting room and I'm surprised to be greeted with... Oh, if you click on the left, it goes back. If you click on the right, it continues. Hey team, I'm surprised to see me here. Yeah, actually, how did you know? How did you... Well, Monica told us all about it and canceled the festival as well. I see. I'm not sure how I feel about Monica just going and telling Natsuki and Yuri about all this. Yuri barely wanted to tell me about her depression. I can't imagine how she'd feel about the whole club knowing about it. Listen, I'm pretty hungry now. Do you want to go grab a bite to eat in the cafeteria? I only nod in response. Natsuki and I grabbed 2 sandwiches from the cafeteria before heading back to the waiting room to eat. It was extremely crowded and Natsuki didn't seem keen on sitting in there, so we decided on the waiting room. head back to school. Are you kidding? Let you skip the whole day too? As if. Besides, why would I want to go back to the school after what happened to Shiori? I wouldn't really be able to focus. Really? Are you guys close or something? Natsuki gives me a look that immediately makes me feel like an idiot. I guess this kind of proves I didn't really know Shiori or Natsuki that well. I tried dating her too. Natsuki grumbles to herself as she takes a pretty hearty bite out of her sandwich. Well, I wouldn't call it close, but she was my best friend. I would think that would be obvious to you. But I guess I was wrong to assume that about you. I shake my head and continue eating my lunch. I continue eating in silence. There really isn't much to talk about anyways. I noticed she finished eating a lot faster than I did, as if she was starving or something. That was a good sandwich. What, really? You think so? It was pretty bland to me. Yeah, well, you wouldn't know good food even if it hit you in the right spot, in the right face. Oh. Well, you wouldn't know good food even if it hit you in the face. Right, I forgot who I'm talking to. I shrug my shoulders and continue eating. I'll admit, this was a little bit of a nice distraction from all this. But now, my mind has shifted back to Shiori in her current state. I wonder if she's awake yet. Around 30 minutes go by and the doctor finally appears from Shiori's bedroom down the hallway. Flashes me a thumbs up and gestures me that it's okay for me to go back. So let's go see Shiori. Alrighty, okay. I slowly walk in and Natsuki follows shortly after. I hear a light gasp escape her before she looks away. Hey, you gonna be alright? Yeah, it's just... Natsuki tries very hard to hide the emotion from her voice or face. It's just really weird seeing her like that. All those tubes in her body. Is this also my fault? Of course not. Don't blame yourself for this. Nobody knew this would happen. Could have happened. Natsuki quickly wipes her tears and takes a deep breath. Okay, I'm sure she'd hate to see me cry like this anyway. Look, just don't tell anybody you saw me like this, okay? Bro, you literally freaking started crying in the main game when the freaking accident with all the manga happened. You started crying also. In front of the whole entire club. Really? Well, this isn't an answer, it's gonna be different. Right? I wouldn't even think of it. I follow Natsuki as she slowly walks up to Shiori. She sniffles lightly and rubs her eyes before speaking. Hey Shiori, it's me, Natsuki. Gosh, this is so weird, isn't it? Can you even hear what I'm saying right now? I feel like I just wanted to say that I really appreciate having you as a friend, and I'm really glad you're okay. I know I was kind of mean to you at first, but well, I just didn't really get to know you all that well, that's all. But if I'm being honest with you, you really brought a lot to the club. I can't imagine anybody else as its vice president. So you better get better fast. I don't think I'd ever forgive you if you left me alone with TM. I chuckled to myself and Natsuki giggles as well, not before wiping away a tear from her eye. I honestly wasn't expecting that from you. guess. I don't really know what I expected. Let me ask you something, too. Just last week, if I had to guess, you were trying to hit on me, weren't you? I nearly fall over for Natsuki's extremely flirty question. It's not something I know myself, really. Something just compelled me to go after her, almost as if it wasn't my own decision. But regardless of what happened, the hard truth is that I did try to go for her. One look at my poems would tell you that. Why else would I bother writing about puppies or kittens or all that? Well, I didn't really expect you to be so forward with that. With me, first of all. I figured I'd ask you now. I don't think there's really a right time to ask anyway. I see. Well, I guess if we're all being honest here, yeah, I did. Heck, yeah, I knew it. You knew the whole time? Well, come on, it was obvious as heck. I mean, I do appreciate you taking my side and liking my writing, but I kind of always knew Suri was your kind of girl. So after really thinking it over, I should really try and improve my writing a bit more. I don't mean going all cryptic and weird like Yuri would, though. But over the weekend, I realized I can probably get a little more creative with my own word choice. Well, that's great to hear then. Honestly, I'm just glad things don't have to be awkward or anything. She's special to me. I don't really think I showed it at all that much, but deep down she's still one of my closest friends, you know? Yeah, I understand. I don't really have anybody I can call a close friend, but I can handle being by myself too. I'm learning to be independent, and that's a very important skill. I chuckle to myself. Now that's Natsuki, I know. I hear her phone go off, seemingly coming from her. As she takes it out, she seems slightly annoyed. Anything wrong? Not really. My friends are just asking me where I'm at. It's lunchtime at school, after all. I didn't exactly want to mention why we skipped out today. I understand. Natsuki quickly types a message and puts her phone away. She sighs and looks back at Suri, looking very lost in thought. I feel a bit guilty now. I'm not sure if this situation really called for Natsuki and I to have a casual conversation like that. Regardlessly, we don't say anything to each other anymore. And I think it's better that way. Alright, well, sorry about that. How long have we been recording for? I'm not sure. Come on. Thank you. That's not it. We have been recording for 50 minutes right now. So, anyways, I am going to end it here. If y'all enjoyed, I will continue tomorrow. And recordings are back, so once I will be recording tomorrow also when I have the chance. But I'm gonna save my spot. I'll put it here. Okay. Well, if you all enjoyed this, like, subscribe, and comment if you want. I will record this tomorrow as well. And yeah, have a good night, and have a good night or day, whatever time zone you're in or whatever, and have fun.